Leo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need? Shadow work read for this full moon in January to the new moon in February 2022. I'm your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. Author of Words of Grace from a professional witch. Available on Kindle, link in the description box. Now on Patreon, Drawing the Circle on Patreon. My humans, my heroes, my immortals, my gods, my goddesses, and my witches over there were having a field day. Why? Because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hi. Leo rising, if you can't tell, Mars conjunct, and ready to read for you. If you are new to the channel, a 7-card draw just means 1 card from 7 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline. So it is not a timeless read. It is a timed read, yeah? Let's look at that real quick. We're looking at the full moon on Monday, January 17th, 6:48 p.m. Eastern Time. I am in New York, but the moon in Cancer does go full at 6:48 p.m., but it also goes void, of course, at the same time. So get your waxing moon, full moon stuff done before that. You're good. And then we are looking at the 2-week waning moon cycle, from full to new, letting go, releasing, alchemizing, forgiving, surrendering. You get the job, you get the deal, the shadow work. The new moon on Tuesday, February 1st, also Imbolc, also known as Candlemas, one of the 8 solar Sabbats of the Wheel of the Year, and that, as I said, is on, right, because it's always going to be around February 1st or 2nd, but we're looking at February 1st, 2:45 a.m. will be in Aquarius, so this seems like a pretty powerful read, keeping in mind that the moon in Aquarius on that new moon, Sun conjunct moon is what a new moon is, will be in your opposite sign. So certainly if you have planets in Cancer or Aquarius, you might want to check out those reads. The Cancer one's done, the Aquarius will be done. So it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Really, like 5 out of 7 cards if they click, that's a good read for a general. You want a private read, link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal, it's a video, explains how to do it. It's very easy. It's fun too, it's a fun vid. And also check your other signs for another timeline. There's usually more than one scenario in which shadow work is required during a waning moon. So, both feet on the floor if you can, focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can for all of us in the Leo Collective. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Nice and warm. Here we go. Using the Caroline Myss archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the General Assembly, the higher selves of all involved, not just the Leo, 5th dimension above, 8th chakra above, the spirit animals and totems, as well as the pantheon of all pantheons. For the Leo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, what is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over their head, affecting every chakra underneath it, what they attract, what they repel? This full to new January, February 2022. Did you just get the God archetype? I know it's in the title because I would put this in the God archetype. Masculine, sorry, I put this in the title, the God archetype for sure. Masculine family archetype. There are 9 different families. There's the masculine, the feminine, the healing, the creative, on and on and on. This is pretty powerful stuff. Now, the shadow side of this is a fucking nightmare. The light side of it is what you're shooting for. Now, this might be you. This might be someone else you are dealing with. So let me read you what's on the card. The shadow, what the shadow work implies here. Despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. Now, I have a nice touch of the God archetype. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I've experienced that shadow, but, you know, the 80s. That's all I'm going to say. In the 80s, yeah, I kind of used my power in a bad way that way. But the light attribute, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. And if my spiritual path is about anything, it is about that learning curve, right? And so brilliant shadow work. Interestingly enough, it's not a member of the divine family of archetypes. It is the masculine family. So think of how the energy leaves your energy field rather than the feminine family, which is how you receive the energy coming at you. Next 4 chakras down, the crown chakra, the third eye, the throat, and the heart. What you doing over there, Sabby? My cats. I love my boys. The internal world, your feminine energy, your interior, your psychological world. Let's see what hits the table. Really augmented, shifted by this God archetype above it. Please take a nice deep breath. Like if you think of the 8th chakra as the satellite, then the crown chakra is the satellite dish, right? And then you bring it down through it. So breathe. Using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the feminine deck for the feminine energy for the Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading as I call upon my goddesses of fire, the sign of Leo, powers of the south. What do you got for them? Heart, throat, third eye, crown, clue, tip, hint, this, full to new. And we've got the Pisces card. Now it is a court card. The Maiden of Cups, that would be the Knight of Cups, the Pisces energy, mutable water. Now when it's a court card, heart, throat, third eye, crown, it's your personal dynamic. So, there might be a lot of shifting emotions here. I am a Pisces moon, so this would kind of speak directly to me with that God archetype in this as a Leo rising. So pay attention to your emotions, right? You may be feeling, let's be benevolent and compassionate one day, dolphin. Let's rip the world apart, shark the next, right? So there's some emotional shadow work here. Certainly changing emotions, mutable water, changing water, moving water, like the ocean. Great dark depths as well as good surfing on top. This feels like emotional shadow work. It does, and you got to feel it to heal it. I wish there was another way. Apparently, medicating and suppressing doesn't work. Right. It's such a fucking learning curve. But shadow work is essential. To alchemize the lead to gold, it just means you get to have more positive energy, more divine energy hitting that gold, which is a conductor, instead of the lead, which is an insulator. You could say shadow to light, pain to peace, fear to love, toxic to healthy. That's the journey. Last 3 chakras, we're going to look at the root sacrum and the solar plexus using the Mythic Tarot. This is your masculine energy, and since you've got a masculine family archetype, I would think this would be of some import. Lower 3 chakras are relationships as well. Root chakra, tribes, groups, societies, circles, even your political affiliations are part of a tribe. The nation right? What do you call yourself? I'm an American. So that puts me in that tribe, right? I'm in the Leo tribe, the Virgo tribe, the Pisces tribe, you get it. Second chakra, one-on-one relationships, your relationships to other people individually, as well as money, sex, and power, creativity, very Leo. And solar plexus, one would think for a Leo, the sun, the solar plexus, your relationship to yourself, your boundaries, your self-esteem, your survival intuition, your honor code, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon my gods of fire, sign of Leo, powers of the south. Please, one card in clarity for the Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. Lower 3 chakras, their masculine energy, how they look from the inside out, the outside in. All of that in a side of fries. What do you got for them? This full to new God in the 8th. Pisces on the inner, very mutable water there. I'm getting the intuitive feeling about. On the outside, you've got the 6 of Wands. Yay! Victory. A balance of fire. Numerologically, 6s are numbers of harmony and balance. So I'm going to say, even if you're going through it, roll in with the homies. Right? At a clueless moment. Bless you, Brittany Murphy. Then this is certainly, you're looking good on the outside, right? You're being seen, which Leos love, you know, but there is a healthy balance here. So no matter what you're going through on the inside, it looks like on the outside you're doing some pretty amazing things, or at least fronting really well. General read. Let's keep going. This will definitely give us more info. The chakras are on the table. Let's get you a healing mantra from the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck to help you with the shadow work. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm going to stick with General Assembly because this could be a soul contract read. We'll see what else hits the table. I like this. If this is me, I'm into this. Please, the Ascended Masters, General Assembly, please. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Leo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. It doesn't have to be for billions of people, just for people watching this. Give us a little more detail, a little more specificity here for the Leo, with the God in the 8th and Pisces on the inner, and 6 of Wands, victory, being seen, recognition on the outer for this full to new. January, February 2021. I love this for us. I'm claiming this reading, embodying my soul. I have a right to be excited. Yeah, you do. This does not feel like a shadow read. But hey, you take it. Well, we still got, you know, 3 other cards to the table. Gonna read this from the Bookie Book. We have 3 Bookie Book readings here. And I think you're gonna dig this one for sure. Embodying my soul. I have a right to be excited. We do. When your soul is embodied, you are grateful to be alive. You are aware of life as a precious opportunity to experience the frequency of your own light, Leo, through the unique attributes, characteristics, and senses of a person. In other words, they're talking about you being an immortal being like everybody else on planet Earth, but experiencing, instead of the eternal unity of oneness, an individual perspective, individual tastes, free will, right? Appearing separate in the game down here, but not separate at all. As your soul becomes embodied, you are elated to be part of life's cosmic play, no matter how bad things seem. Now, that could point to some shadow work going on here. I think it comes down to, are you going to be a total control freak, right? Despotism. What's a despot? D-E-S-P-O-T. Home despot. Are you a home despot like Home Depot? It really depends, right? Are you using your power to control people, which can be charm as well? I am charming as fuck, and that's a deadly weapon when I'm in a bad mood. I try not to do that anymore. This mantra is ideal for developing courage. Leo word, right? The heart, the lion-hearted. Courage, mon amour. Finding your inner voice, which might be a little tricky if you're feeling Pisces, and feeling safe in your body. I love this for us. I have a right to be excited. Yeah, regardless of evidence on the outside, no matter what anybody else says. Well, don't get too excited, don't get your hopes up. It's like that thrill of being alive comes and goes. And if this is what's going to help you do the shadow work, it's very high voltage. The Whispers of Love Oracle, as I like to call it, the party turner deck. The party, like, it just turns the party. All of a sudden, now we're dealing with romance or something like that. It is the Whispers of Love. But this is the higher selves of all involved. Not just you, but anyone involved in this shadow work on the outer as well. Please take a nice deep breath. Well, that feels nice. That feels nice. We have a right to be excited about this. All right, as I call to the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the Whisper of Love for the Leo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. God archetype in the 8th, Pisces on the inner, 6 of Wands, victory, recognition on the outer, embodying their soul, claiming their right to party, to feel excited. What's piece of information, inspiration, insight most needed for the shadow work here, this full to new? Romance. Romance. Called it. Called it. This is why I make the big bucks of absolutely nothing on YouTube, but this is why people... I'm doing a reading today for someone from Galway, Ireland. Thank you, Zoom. Thank you, Facebook Messenger. Thank you. Romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. I can see the title in my third eye right now. A god embodying the soul with romance. Who's not going to watch that? Like other signs that don't have anything in Leo would want to watch that. Cross-watcher alert. Cross-watchers are always welcome. I've done it. I don't do it anymore. You do it. Everybody does it. I just did it. I want to do it again. Thank you, Mel Brooks. This is great. Now, the shadow part of this, we still got 2 more cards down. The Divine Animals Oracle and Blessed Be, the hidden blessing. Because if you do the lead to gold, the shadow to light, there is a blessing. There's a piece of gold, a blessing hidden in the lead, right? That's what the healing journey is about. So let's keep going. The Divine Animals Oracle. Because if you're going to do shadow work, come here. Why not have... call upon the spirit animals and totems that are always with you. But if you're aware of them and what their medicine is, what their healing powers are, it's nice to have a companion along the way. Please take a nice deep breath. And this is a good bookie book. I love this deck and this book. So I called upon the spirit animals and totems for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, watching this video, receiving this reading, who walks with us, who flies with us, who swims with us, who crawls with us, helping us, guarding us, guiding us on this shadow work, waning moon, God in the 8th chakra, Pisces on the inner. There's still something very tidal wavy about that. 6 of Wands on the outer. Embodying my soul, we have a right. Do you hear that? That's the garbage truck, and this is why I always pause it. But it looks like they're doing a quickie today. We survived it. We survived the dumping dump of the Chucky truck. And it doesn't have the backup boop boop noise. One more time. So distracting. The spirit animals and totems, please. What is the divine oracle message? God in the 8th, Pisces on the inner, 6 of Wands, victory on the outer, embodying our souls. We have a right to be excited in romance, lavishing our love and affection upon someone, or maybe having that lavished upon us. This full to new, the meerkat. Kuna Matata. The meerkat. Now I need the little microphone, the microphoning glass. Mercury's retrograde today, by the way, at the time of this recording. Card number 16, meerkat. Responsibility. What is the responsibility of a god? What is that? Now, this is very masculine energy. We're going to read from the bookie book, certainly. What did I say? Card number 16. Well, yeah, they've got hyenas in here. This is essentially the Lion King on this card without the actual lion. Little meerkats. What? What's going on? Card number 16. Whoop, just passed it. The meerkat. Only going to read the first part and the magic that is indicated here. There's a lot more in here. Breathe. Card number 16, meerkat. Responsibility. Do you take responsibility seriously, or is it easier to blame others or outside influences? This feels like we're touching into the shadow work. There should be a balance between responsibility for others and yourself. Balance. 6 of Wands, we're going to run with that. Someone may not be honoring their word. Oh, how dare they? Developing altruism is important. Teaching others the skills you have mastered is a highly honorable act. Yeah, this just got very throat chakra. Throat chakra is willpower, element of fire in the heart, throat, third eye, crown dynamic. So when I cough in a reading, because I don't cough all day long, I'm not a big cougher. I drink a lot of coffee, but I'm not a big cougher. It is something that is we're chewing on, right? We're processing in the throat chakra. Do you spit it out, say it, do the thing, masculine energy? Do you chew on it for a while, or do you swallow it and say no, right? In terms of your ability to respond, like I was raised by a teacher, so she's like, well, if you take the word apart and flip it around, sometimes it has other meanings. So responsibility, I think of it as like checklists, and I'm a Virgo. But if you look at it that way, it's like, oh, it's my ability to respond instead of reactability, which is the shadow. Responsibility is the light, right? That compassion and that benevolence. Let's read the magic here. Meerkat magic is all about altruism, and I highly recommend you Google that word. You look up that word, because it's not a word you hear a lot. Altruism, very high vibe, especially for a god archetype. Meerkat magic is all about altruism and responsibility. Such small but fierce creatures watch out for each other and work as a community to educate and protect. Call upon the energy and magic of meerkats when you need help with yourself or someone else to hold their word or to fulfill their responsibilities. Not the easiest thing in the world to do, and it's somebody else. Meerkat energy is also valuable in facilitating teams in difficult conditions. Now, like I said, if this isn't you, this is somebody with this vibration, with this chakra archetype going on. And it's not about biological gender. Not on my channel, it's not. I mean, I've been a woman more than I've been a man incarnating on this planet, right? I wanted to be a guy this time around. I've been a woman more than enough times. Love it, though. Probably my next one will be female again. The makeup will be better. Not that it's bad now. So there's a responsibility issue here. And to call upon that vibe of the meerkat, because we also know meerkats are wicked playful, right? They have fun together. And there is something visible here. Not just because it's the Six of Wands, but because we're talking to Leos here. There is something that regardless of what you're feeling here, it will be seen. And I don't get a horrible vibe with I have a right to be excited. But does that excitement lead to impulse rather than intuition, reactability instead of responsibility? That might be. So you might gotta slow your roll a little bit. See what the hidden blessing is. The Blessed Bee Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. The mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower. So let's say, hypothetically, you do the work indicated here in your own way. You ask for help or not, you walk the path. This would be the blessing that was there all along, encased in lead. But as you alchemize the lead to gold, it should reveal itself. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions, all cultures, all lineages, even that starseed stuff if they're into it, please. What is the hidden blessing for the Leo Collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, watching this video, receiving this reading, which actually feels like a pretty cool reading here, depending on the relationship we have with responsibility with that meerkat, but that's what they're there for, is to help us with that. What is the hidden blessing for the Leos with God in the 8th, Pisces on the inner, Six of Wands on the outer, embodying the soul, romance with responsibility, with responsible romance, so that we become more benevolent and compassionate, recognizing the eternal force within ourselves and others. This full to new January, February 2022. A blessing to find your way. A lot. Thank God Leo only has 3 letters in it. They only give you 100 characters for the title. Look at that. Look at that. She's like, I'm gonna get low. Let's get low. Let's like really put our ear to the ground, right? It's such a cool card. The artwork here is exemplary in this deck. I find a lot of Blue Angel, right? This is Blue Angel. Yeah, Blue Angel Publishing. They're really cool. Card number 24, a blessing to 42. Answer to life, the universe, and everything. A blessing to find your way, and this one's a little long, but I'm going to give it to you full force. I'm going to give you the blessing with the torch of Ariel and all of that. So seriously, both feet on the floor. Focus on your breath. Here we go. Pantheon of pantheons, send the blessing through me. Card number 24, a blessing to find your way. A blessing for when we find ourselves utterly lost and unsure of which way to go. Doesn't mean we can't be excited though. Whichever direction we turn in seems as dense and dark as the other. Here's the shadow read. You're dealing with a romantic relationship. You're not exactly sure what to do. There is no one to show us the way. There is no light with which to see the path. There is no map for where you find yourself. When we find ourselves in that space where we are utterly bereft of where to turn, of what to do, of whom to trust, let this blessing help you find your way once again. You once knew where you were headed. Didn't we all? You once knew who you were. You once could trust in that inner compass that would help you turn and walk to the true north of your life. This is that Pisces moon. Emotion and intuition are not always the same thing. I was going to say. But now you are lost. You are without direction, and it seems to entangle yourself more with every turn and twist as you seek escape. This blessing will help you still your movement. You're a fixed fire sign. The sun doesn't run around heating up planets. And rekindle the quiet knowing within you. Once again, this is a very Leo read. Lots of fire elements here. Here's the blessing itself. May you surrender to this moment and let yourself be still and quiet a while. May you seek not to move, but to observe. And to feel, and to come back into connection with yourself. May you feel the reweaving of yourself within yourself. And as you do this, may you be blessed with the sight to pierce the darkness as we see what lies ahead. And also, this is during a Mercury retrograde. There could be a comeback. There could be a romantic comeback around Mercury retrograde. When that moment comes, may you begin to feel your compass stir and turn and point to a path. May you begin to rediscover who you are, and in that rediscovery come a knowing of what the person you are must do next. May a sense of relaxed and graceful certainty begin to deliver you from this period of vulnerability, yet let the gifts of understanding and compassion of the inner, which can unite us all, be with you always. For you have been lost. And in the acceptance of that, and in the strange, comforting rest of that, you may now give yourself the space and time to allow your core to speak to you again. The God within all of us is also the God within you. For its voice was dulled by the noise of the world, static on the channel I like to call it, and the apparent certainty of knowing who you are. When we lose that, we can finally have the moment in which we can see the soul clearly without bias and cliche. We find ourselves through the losing of who we thought we were and where we thought we ought to go. May this process of loss and re-enchantment bring you the blessing of your own self. Breathe. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. So it is. Blessed be. Yeah, man. Be that God, that benevolence, that compassion with yourself, recognizing the eternal force in others, which is exactly what's guiding you here in the hidden blessing. But no, there are going to be changing emotions. I love him. I hate him. I love him. I hate him. I love him. I hate him. Her, them. Use the pronoun you choose. But Six of Wands, there is victory for here, or at least you're showing up looking good, being seen. But you have a right to be excited. Don't beat yourself up about that, right? You have a right to be excited. If not about this romantic contract going on, then maybe a new one coming in. And remember, even if this one that you think it is doesn't work out the way you want, it's preparing you for the next, and hence your ability to respond. Your responsibility with that meerkat magic, showing you the way, a blessing to find your way, finding that immortal part of you that knows exactly what to do. But it does mean the humility of saying, yeah, I've lost my way. We all lose our way. It's okay, because it's not much of a hero's journey if he has a map and GPS and never makes a wrong turn. So did you like the video? Then thumbs up, like it, help other Leos find it. That's how it works. Every time you thumbs up a video, more people can see it, right? You want more of me here on YouTube? Think about subscribing. I'm not stopping anytime soon. This is my art form and I'm digging it as a Leo rising Mars conjunct. But my most fun is certainly on Patreon. If you want to come Patreon on Patreon with me. Got 5 different levels on there, levels of subscription. I will be adding more this year. So come and play. Otherwise, I love this reading for us. I think it's something that we can work with. The shadow work, though, is will our pride keep us from acknowledging we've lost our way, right? Like a man driving, refusing to ask for directions, been there, done that, have the triptych. So good luck with that, and wishing you all the very, very blessed and the very, very best of this full to new January, February 2022. Blessed Imbolc, blessed full moon before. Farewell, and blessed be.